Alright, in the interests of laying our cards on the table, we know that whenever a hack comes up, there are bloody clever bastards out there in the comment section acting like they knew all about this stuff before it went viral. Well, who cares? The stuff's new to us, so we're happy to share the knowledge with everyone and say that the bloke in the video legit discovered a new way to use a veggie peeler. Check it out. Most people peel their carrots from the base to the point in one direction, away from their hand. But a video demonstration has emerged, showing a much faster and efficient way of using the vegetable peeler. A man has discovered a simple way to peel carrots in just seconds, and it turns out thousands of home cooks have all been doing it wrong their whole lives. Oh my god, I just figured out how to use this. Who knew? The man said. I was absolutely stunned. It's just something so small and simple in your life that most of us have been doing wrong all along. The 51-year-old home chef admitted, my girlfriend had mentioned it a week before, and I hadn't had a chance to put it to the test until I started making the bolognese. I don't normally put a carrot in the sauce, but I had searched recipes for the slow cooker and it suggested it, so I decided to give it a go. This was my genuine reaction, as I hadn't tried it before this. I was incredulous. After the video went viral, plenty of people were quick to admit that they too didn't know about the secret technique until seeing Tim's video. Chinese food container. There's a way to dodge all these unwanted happenstances and maximize the eating functionality of your Chinese takeout box. All you have to do is turn it into a plate, a task that's surprisingly easier than it sounds. Courtesy of the folks at Food Beast, here's a 5-step plan for unleashing the inner Transformers potential of your to-go container. First, open it. Then, grab the side where the cardboard is creased and glued together, like so. Then, carefully, so you don't send noodles flying everywhere, tear the sides apart. Push the newly opened up corners down flat against your table. Repeat steps 1, 2, and 3 for the other side. Bingo! You've turned your Chinese takeout box into a bona fide piece of flatware. For a more detailed look at the instructions, check out the video below. Chicken wings. When you're ripping into your wings, have you ever stopped to think that there might be a method to the madness? That there might be a proper, time-honored way to eat the flats and drumettes, both for speed and mess minimizing? If so, then you've come to the right place. We spoke with our very own Chef Dan about the proper way to eat buffalo wings and rings, popular chicken wings. It's the height of football season, and every function I'm at seems to be serving wings. As a result, I've been trying to figure out the proper way to get the meat off the bone. I finally found the answer during a conversation with my friend Brandy Malloy. See her below. As we discussed the various eating situations we normally get into when tackling buffalo wings. Apparently, if you have a batch of properly cooked wings, you can turn pretty much any wing into a 100% edible nugget. Just find the end with the protruding cartilage and tear it off. Now the bones should be a bit loose. Next, wiggle the smaller bone holding the opposite and firmly, and it'll pull out, void of any flesh. Then do the same for the remaining bone, until all you're left with is 100% chicken wing meat. Mango. Some people are intimidated by mangoes as they are unsure how to prepare them. Cutting a mango doesn't have to be difficult. Mangoes are one of the easiest fruits you can cut and require little to no knife skills. Don't deprive yourself of this yummy, exotic treat and follow these easy steps on how to cut a mango in only 1 minute. Make sure you pick out a mango that is ripe. Just push down on the skin, and if it leaves a dent, then your mango is ready to slice. If the mango is still too firm, just leave it out for a few days to ripen first. Just remember that the riper it is, the sweeter it is. There is a big seed or pit in the middle of the mango. You will want to slice the mango vertically, as close to the seed as possible on one side. Slice the other side of the mango so you end up with 3 pieces, 2 end pieces and 1 middle piece with the seed. Try to stay as close to the pit as possible so you get more meat. Take one of the end pieces and score 3 lines across to divide it into 3 equal parts. You are only cutting the flesh of the mango and keeping the skin intact. Do not cut all the way through. Tea and coffee. The quick and easy way to give natural fiber fabrics, yarns, and even paper an aged and antique look is to try natural dyeing with tea and coffee. This low-cost, all-natural technique creates warm, tonal results to help purposefully take the shine off of new, bright whites. Another upside to doing this is that it helps hide the inevitable coffee spill on white shoes that happens to me almost on the daily. Size and shape will depend on the size and shape of the item to be dyed. You want there to be enough depth to completely cover the item, but not excessive space, otherwise you'll waste coffee and tea bags filling it up. If you're planning on dyeing a fabric item, wash it in cold water with a bit of laundry detergent and baking soda. This will remove any additive finish that's been applied to the fabric, making it easier for the dye to penetrate the fibers and will make for a more even dye job when wet. If you're planning on dyeing paper, just wet it to prep it for dyeing. Only do this right before you're ready to dip it into the coffee or tea dye bath. Prepare either a small concentrated amount espresso or a larger, less concentrated amount of drip or French press coffee. To prep your tea dye bath, place 6 to 10 black tea bags in a large bowl and cover in boiling water. The longer you leave the bags in, the darker the dye bath will be. If you've dyed a piece of fabric or yarn that will be worn, wash the items in cold water with a very mild laundry detergent and hang to dry before wearing, sewing, or knitting. Tea bags. It turns out tea bags are a great solution for a simple homemade shoe deodorizer without having to go wash the shoes. The best part about using tea bags to deodorize your shoes is that you can pick any flavor, or should I say scent, of tea bag that you want. Apple spice, peppermint, or lavender scented shoes, anyone? I say yes please. I figured I'd test out this new shoe deodorizing remedy with a few bags of mint tea, since I've always got a few boxes of that laying around, and hey, minty shoes smell pretty good to me. Oven drawer. Over the years, I've realized that many people don't know what the drawer under the oven is for. Some guess that it's storage, others say broiling, and others claim it's a warming drawer. Those are all fantastic guesses because, depending on what type of oven you have, it could be any one of those. A warming drawer is super easy to identify. Take a look at the buttons on your oven. If one of them is labeled warming drawer, then that's exactly what you have. Anytime you need to warm a pie or a loaf of bread, or you just want to keep dishes warm while the rest of the meals finish cooking, pop it into the warming drawer and push the warming button. If you have an oven heated with natural gas, the drawer is typically a broiler. To be sure, pull open the door. If it looks more like a retractable pan than a drawer, then it's a broiler. Think of the broiler as an extra cooking area. It's best for toasting on browning foods like casseroles or breads. An item placed in the broiler will burn quickly though, so check on it every couple of minutes. Beverage covers. You probably didn't know, but the lid on Starbucks' famous plastic cups for your cold drinks also double as cup holders. At least that's what an Imgur user identified as Scythium discovered, who also shared the instructions to understand how this unknown but interesting mechanism works. And for some strange reason, this is something we have noticed so far. Because it may be a simple coincidence, a well-kept secret, or an invention, but people on the internet and Starbucks fans are proving that this technique really works. What would be really useful to avoid spilling or staining everything on your desk while enjoying your favorite drink? Although best of all, it is not exclusive to Starbucks glasses, but to all that have this type of tapas. McFlurry spoon. We finally have an answer to a question that has confounded humans since basically the beginning of time /1999. Why the hell does the McFlurry spoon look like that? Well, time to stop crying yourself to sleep trying to figure out the answer, because here it is. At a post on the Waiting Platypus Tumblr, a McDonald's employee says, "We fill the cup with ice cream. We dump the Oreos on top. We stick the spoon in. We put the entire thing in a machine and use the spoon to stir your McFlurry. And with that, we can start sleeping again at night." Phew! Have you ever wondered why you can't actually drink out of a McFlurry spoon? The woman captioned the video, which has been viewed more than 3.8 million times. The social media user went on to show the entire process of preparing an Oreo McFlurry, revealing the straw was actually designed to fit the chain's mechanical mixers.